got some breaking news for the MLB and for their senior vice president, Marla Miller, who, by the way, fun fact of the day, she is MLB's first senior vice president. So she she had a very good gender thing in the MLB. She's retiring after 21 years in the MLB. Um, she was the head of special events, something that Ken Griffey's going to be doing now, like we talked about before. She was involved of planning things for the All Star Game and the World Series. Arranging all the ceremonies and the national anthems. She was in charge of finding the singers and all of that sort of thing. She was involved. She was involved in all of that. She also helped launch the All Star Fan Fest and the All Star Red Carpet Show, which I absolutely love. All the players looking fly as hell with them damn suits. You feel me? Like they all looking good. All right, look, man. But she was also responsible for the All Century team. She was also responsible for the Little League Classic, which has been going on since 2017. She was involved with the 2016 game at Fort Bragg in North Carolina, and this year's Field of Dreams games in Dyersville, Iowa. If you don't know what Field of Dreams is, y'all need to go watch that damn movie, man. Um, and this was reported by ESPN Associated Press. So you go first, Mario. What do you think of Marla Miller retiring after 21 years?
Well, first, I just want to wish Marla Miller, the best of luck in retirement, and thank you for an absolutely incredible 21 years. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're reading about what she has done, and she's done so many things involving like event planning, and that's very important in a sport. And people keep on forgetting how important it is. See, you go like the NFL, right? And before the Super Bowl is the national anthem. And before like this, and the day before the Super Bowl is the NFL honors, and that whole weekend you're looking forward to something. Then you go to the NBA. In the NBA, it's got like the skills challenge and the slam dunk contest and the 3-point contest, and it's got the celebrity game, and it's got, you know what I'm saying? So it's got and it's got like performances and everything, and that's event planning right there. And she's done an amazing job with the MLB, like you said. Also, what do you call it? She's been playing the All Star games and World Series. She's including that. She's what do you call it? Set up national anthem singers. She's done the All Star Red Carpet, Little League Classic, Field of Dreams game. So like when you look, she's done a lot. You know what I'm
Yes, she
saying? And
has.
like you said this is If correct me if I'm wrong, Ken Griffey's taken over
Ken
this
Griffey,
position.
yeah, Ken Griffey's going to be involved with like the All Star Game and World Series and all the other events.
Right. And with that being said, I think the MLB is in good hands with Ken Griffey, but it was in great hands with Marlon Miller. And and he's got and he's got big shoes to fill within that category because she's done an amazing job. There's a lot of these games. There's a lot of things that the MLB is trying to do to raise their ratings. Obviously, and you can admit this too, MLB's ratings haven't been the greatest recently.
Totally.
So adding Ken Griffey is definitely going to help. But you know what? There's some stuff that has helped raise their ratings. She has definitely helped with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, again, she's done so much for as far as like event planning for the MLB that I believe that she deserves. I'm gonna be honest with you, Nate. In terms of this, I believe she deserves to be in a Hall of Fame because 21 years of doing absolutely amazing things. It's amazing, especially the fact that she is the first female.
Absolutely. I was
So
just
with
going to
that
say
being
that.
said, congratulations to her to that accolade that she has. Um, but yeah, I mean, the sport is gonna definitely miss her. She's done incredible things in the MLB, excuse me, involving event planning. And I wish her nothing but the best in retirement. I hope that Ken Griffey can take the torch that she has carried for 21 years, and I hope that he can carry it to exceeding heights.
Right, and I'll pick up from there. Thank you, Marlon Miller, for everything you've done for baseball. And I want to go back to the ratings thing for a minute because that's something that I actually mentioned in the Ken Griffey video. Um, if you want, I don't know if you want me to put the link in the description down below. You know what? Screw it. I'll put the video in the description down below for you guys to go check out if you want to know what exactly he's going to be doing. Um, I mentioned that in the Ken Griffey video that I feel like the ratings will boost. And here's why I said that is because back in the day when Ken Griffey Jr. was playing, the MLB was the gold standard of America. All right, the NFL wasn't as popular as it is now back then. The NBA wasn't as popular as it was back then. And I think their only other competitor at the time was the NHL, and even they weren't, as big as they are, as big as they are now. Which I mean, to be honest, hockey's kind of actually no, I lied. Hockey's kind of on the uphill. 'Cause hockey wasn't really all that popular back then either, and now it's kind of becoming. But the MLB was on top of its game. It was the gold standard of American sports at the time, back in the 80s and 90s and in the early 2000s when Ken Griffey Jr. was playing. So Ken Griffey Jr. was playing in an era where baseball was extremely, extremely popular. You know what I mean? And that's why I said at the time, Ken Griffey Jr. was going to be a great fit for boosting MLB's ratings because Ken Griffey Jr. played in an era where everybody was watching baseball. Everybody followed up with it, no matter how many games there were in the year. You know what I mean? That's why I
Well,
said Ken Griffey Jr. was such a big fit.
well,
But
I'll say this. I'll say NBA might have been a big competitor because at that time it was
yeah,
Michael Jordan.
that's true. Because there
Michael
was
Jordan
also
was
guys like Michael Jordan, Larry Bird of
so
the '80s. Kareem was in the '80s, right?
I'll say if they had to pick a competitor, it'd probably be like
Yeah,
them. And obviously like NFL had like Joe Montana, but that wasn't like
that wasn't like
exactly like more like let's go on to see it was Joe Montana. It was most likely like turn on the TV, let's go see Michael Jordan and everything like
yeah,
that.
right.
But I think the biggest competitor was probably the NBA.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And, so times back when Ken Griffey Jr. were playing were a lot different than what they are now. So that's why I said that Ken Griffey Jr. could actually really help boost the ratings in MLB. I gotta give Marla Miller credit, because like you said, she created things like the All Star Fan Fest, the All Star Red Carpet, the All Century Team, all these, Little League Classic. We all know what the Little League World Series is. That's a pretty cool event. For she's helped MLB have games at military forts, and now we're gonna have one at the Field of Dreams. Which, by the way, if you have never watched that movie before, I don't know what you're doing. Then start watching this video and go on the TV and watch that damn movie. It's one of the greatest movies you'll ever watch. But look, I gotta give Miller credit because I feel like I don't know. I feel like if she didn't accomplish what she did in the MLB, I don't think the MLB's ratings would be where it is now. And obviously, some of you are going to be like, well, they're not as big as they were back then. You're absolutely correct. That's because, like I said before, the NFL and the NBA rose in popularity over the last 20 years. You know what I mean? Like I said, 20, 30 years ago, the MLB was just the gold standard. And like you said, the NBA was probably its closest competitor, you know? But now it's different. The MLB is now the NBA and the NFL's closest competitor. Where back in the day, the NFL and the NBA was MLB's closest competitor. You know what I mean? Like it's flipped around now.
I get what you're
So,
saying. Yeah.
so Marla Miller helped MLB keep those ratings up. You know what I mean? She did a lot of things to keep MLB like that, and I hope Ken Griffey Jr. Raises those stakes. Raises those stakes and help bring back that huge fan base before the strike happened in '95. I think after that, the ratings of MLB just kind of plummeted. Really looked at. Oh, the strike in '94. My bad. It was '94. After that, it was just a little bit more downhill for the MLB. But yeah, I'm very thankful for Marla Miller, and I absolutely agree. I really do think because of what she's done for the MLB, and given the fact that she's MLB's first senior vice president, she definitely should be in the Hall of Fame. I got no doubt in
First
my mind that
female,
she should. What's up?
first female senior vice president.
Yeah. Thank you. My bad. But yeah, with that said, thank you, Marla Miller, for everything you've done in the MLB. We're all gonna miss you. And I wish you the best of luck in retirement.